From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Harriet Agbe.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, more concerns over the security situation in the northeast. Oyo State governor says restoration of peace takes priority over elections in his state. President Jonathan blames prolonged fight against insurgency on Sabotage, vows to crush militants in the northeast. Governor Fashola advocates use of electronic voting system as solution to Nigeria's electoral irregularities. And thousands marched through U.S. Capitol to protest recent killings of unarmed black people by the police.
Tonight, Director General of the Nigerian Stock Exchange assures investors that recent negative sentiment at the capital market is temporary.
And in sports news, Nigeria's Golden Eaglets regroup in Abuja ahead of the 2015 African Cadet Championship in Niger.
It appears the president has put his finger on why the fight against terrorism in the country has dragged on for this long. President Goodluck Jonathan says the federal government's efforts in tackling insecurity in parts of the country has been hampered by saboteurs. The president, however, insists that in spite of the frustration arising from this development, his administration is determined to end the insecurity challenge. He said this while receiving some Nollywood and music personalities under the auspices of creative professionals who paid him a courtesy visit at the presidential villa, Abuja. Our State House correspondent Chukwuma Onwekusi reports.
Nigerian artists drawn from majorly the Nollywood and the music industry thronged the presidential villa to show solidarity with the president. Their meeting was also attended by Vice President Namadi Sambo, the Supervising Minister of Information, Dr. Nuruddin Mohammed, and his counterpart in the Culture and Tourism Ministry. They observed a minute's silence for the victims of terror attacks in some parts of the country. President Jonathan did not mince words when he told them that the fight against insurgency was being hampered by sabotage, but that he is not deterred and the war against terror must be won.
We have our frustrations, we have issues of sabotage, internal and external, but we are working very hard. And God on our side will overcome terror.
He also spoke on the challenges of infrastructure and pledged his administration's commitment to improving the situation and applauded the entertainment and creative artists for creating positive image of the country.
Most of us politicians are busy generating negative issues. Every day they talk about corruption, they talk about bad governance, they talk about this. It's you that pump in the positive news to the system. You promote our culture, and that's why Adam Duke has always been passionate about you. You even bring value orientation. And I appreciate that so much in some of the films you act, in some of the music you play.
Leader of the delegation, Mr. Shegu Arunza, thanked the president for his administration's support to the creative industry, his giant strides in different sectors, and urged him to remain focused.
Never in the history of Nigeria has any president given the creative community the attention you have given. Your uncommon transformation has seen some of us travel to the best film schools around the globe and to receive training we could only have imagined or dreamt about.
The Minister of Culture and Tourism, Chief Adam Duke, had reminded the creative professionals to work towards changing the psyche of Nigerians in the face of security challenges. Chukwuma Onwekusi, Channels Television News.
In the meantime, and in continuation of the effort towards bringing terrorism to an end in the country, the Nigerian Immigration Service has completed the training of a second batch of 500 Border Patrol personnel in Kaduna. At the graduation of the operatives, The Comptroller General of Immigration, Mr. David Paradang, explained that the creation of the Border Patrol Unit of the service is part of efforts to tackle the influx of insurgents into the northeast. He disclosed that 30 patrol units and 27 patrol buses have been established, have been established by the service to effectively secure the nation's borders.
These 500 Nigerian Immigration Service officials, drawn from various commands and formations across the country, have been trained to provide adequate security at the nation's borders and are ready to be deployed to the field. For 2 weeks, the officials were trained on techniques of apprehending illegal immigrants and checking documents, tackling illegal arms smuggling, on armed combat, intelligence gathering and self-defense, among others. The course coordinator gives an insight into the training.
What we are witnessing here today is the personal parade of the second batch of the Border Patrol Corps officers, following the successful training of the first batch of 1,000 officers and men who have since been deployed to the borders and are doing very well.
The Comptroller General urges the officers to see the task ahead of them as part of their own contributions to the effort at strengthening the unity of the country.
This training of you gentlemen has prepared you very well. But I must tell you that you have been given a lot of responsibility. A lot has been given to you. A lot is expected of you. We will not, I say it again, we will not condone extortion from you. We will not at all. You must do your job diligently. Make sure you don't extort anybody, but you must do your job effectively. We are putting a lot to make sure you come to this stage, so you must not throw this down.
The Kaduna State Head of Service, who represented Governor Mukta Yaro, challenges the officers to make adequate use of what they have learned in safeguarding the nation's territorial integrity.
This program or this training does not incorporate military training, but also you are ICT compliant. I'm happy to hear that, because in this modern technology, you need to be ICT compliant to be able to operate some of the equipment that you'll be exposed to. Otherwise, they become obsolete. Congratulations for this new feat.
The Border Patrol Unit of the Nigerian Immigration Service was established by the federal government in 2013, allowing the government's determination to effectively manage and secure the nation's land borders.
Well, Oyo State residents have been advised not to keep products like petrol at home, as it is capable of causing a fire, especially during this dry season. This advice was given by Said Akiode, the National Emergency Management Agency Manager, Oyo State Capital, at a workshop in Osogbo, the state capital. Says that government should address issues on climate change, force disaster management laws to minimize the impacts of such hazards.
Rainstorm, flooding and other man-made or natural disasters give no prior notice before occurring. For the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and its sister agencies such as the Red Cross, this workshop on building community resilience through better implemented and enforced laws is geared towards safer cities in Nigeria.
In this process is to inform local communities in efficient and effective delivery of disaster management service in order to achieve the objective of human rights. Investing in enhancing resilience has become an important aspect of this in order to reduce the impact of disaster in our communities.
We have gone beyond, let us run to this place and go and give them this because they are in trouble. We have gone to the point, we have come to the point of this thing is wrong. We have discovered it is wrong. Let us run our people beforehand so that we're going to do it and then we start running up and down.
As the year draws to a close and the dry season sets in, here's a word of advice on the care of the environment to avert dry season related disasters.
This is dry season.
There is no need for you to store kerosene and jerrycans of petrol station in your house, because it can be vulnerable to disaster. There is no need for you to start burning bush, because it will affect other things. So these are the campaign we are doing now, and we are trying to conscientize the relevant authorities that are into the enforcement of this environmental law.
With this type of workshop, all relevant organizations in Nigeria here present are expected to generate and implement ideas that can help enhance sustainable community emergency preparedness, prevent and mitigate disasters nationwide.
When you have all this, you become more resilient, you develop your...
In part 2, after the break, women protest alleged diversion of funds belonging to their organization in Abuja. That's in a moment. Please stay with us.